We are live from the University of Tampa campus, where the Spartans have a big 11-3 lead with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. I'm Bruce Wozniak, joined by Taylor Stolworthy, and we do apologize for the long delay in getting on the air today. Obviously, some technical difficulties that were very challenging, but glad to be with you here on opening day for the Spartans, as you see them all in white. And they are going from left to right, but right now Alabama Huntsville in possession. And Taylor, a big afternoon for the Spartans thus far, scoring 5 times in the first and 6 in the second.
And there's still 2 minutes to go. It's been a great start for the Spartans, Bruce. Their offense from their attackers has been very hard for Huntsville to stop, but they're trying to respond right here.
And for the Chargers, not a whole lot there as they work inside for a shot that goes wide, taken by Haley Gallant. It goes in behind Alex Walling. And Walling, to this point, has allowed 3 goals, made 2 saves. As you see, the Chargers with 30 seconds still on the shot clock. And now looking for some room is Katie Gerber. Gerber, a pass inside. And defense collapse, shot, scores! Haley Gallant finds the back of the net. And the Chargers get on the board with 1:16 to go here in the second quarter.
A good play there to get inside and get the shot low and away. And it's always hard to stop the ones that are low. As you know, it takes quite a bit of effort to try to get in front of it. So a well-worked play, a well-played shot, and the deficit drops to 7.
There's been 2 notable changes this season. At least one of them you'll see that all across throughout the Spartans' year, and that is that they have changed to 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. And for the home games, it's notable that the Spartans have switched sides from our broadcast position, looking out towards the opposite side of the field. They are on the right, and till this point they had always been to the left, to my left of the scorers table. So small change there for the home team as Cece Colombo gets out to take this draw here for UT, going up against Allison Summerfield for the Chargers.
Cece Colombo's had a very strong start so far. We've already heard her goal song being played a few times. And she'll not be able to win it there.
And so the Chargers, who have just scored, they have 2 goals in the first and 2 goals in the second, as there is now exactly 1 minute left here in the first half. They take it all the way down in behind the Tampa net. And now around the net, Summerfield holding on to it and finally sends a pass to Gallant, who has just scored. Sends a pass over, and Gerber working one-on-one there, being defended closely by Erin Sistek, takes it into the corner. And she'll go in behind the net. And the official stopping play, a violation against the Spartans. And now it's back in. And the Chargers working from the near side of the net. Pass over now for Katie Williams. Williams being chased there by Holliston Wagner. And a pass connects. The Chargers with 12 seconds left in the half. And not sure if they're aware. Clock management important here if they're going to get one more goal before the break. And a shot taken, scores with just 3 seconds remaining. And it's Haley Gallant again. And so the Chargers able to score 2 late goals here. And the score is 11-5.
Getting 2 late goals like that completely changes the mindset of a team. Entering halftime down by 8 or even 7, that is very crushing. But being able to rack up 2 goals right by the end of the half, that's very useful and could help them as they go through the meeting and trying to discuss what strategical changes will be needed. The Spartans, conversely, will probably be feeling a little bit deflated after that, unless they get a Hail Mary type of play, which probably should be impossible off the face-off.
Yeah, Akasha Casper, in her first season as coach for the University of Alabama Huntsville women's lacrosse program, indeed, as you mentioned, Taylor, will probably encourage her players. Let's rally around those 2 late goals. We're not out of this. As we see the draw set to take place here at midfield, it does. The ball is out, and controlled by the Spartans, but the horn goes to end the first half of play. So UT with a big 11-5 lead, and the scoring in the first half for the Spartans led by 3 goals each from both Cece Colombo and Sarah Hinkle. They also got 2 goals from Madison Birch, and then single tallies from Gia Colombo, Emma McLaughlin, and Erin McLaughlin. So the Spartans, 5 goals in the first quarter, 6 in the second, and Alabama Huntsville, 2 in the first and 3 in the second. So the Spartans go into the break with a 6-goal lead, and we will be back in approximately 9.5 minutes with the call of the second half.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
There's still plenty of time for a comeback, as we saw with Huntsville scoring 2 at the end of the second quarter.
And in the first half, the Spartans, 16 of their 18 shots were on goal. And for the Chargers, 7 of their 8 shots were on goal. Draw controls were 8-4 in favor of the Spartans in the first half. As you see, play has resumed here, and here come the Spartans looking for more right out of the gate as they send it in behind the Chargers' net. Working on the far side, now they send it up to Cece Colombo. Colombo up top for Pierpont. Lizzie Pierpont, as going off the field is O'Neill Gallinson for UT. And actually just went and got a stick change, and she comes back into play. Meanwhile, play carries on behind the Chargers' net. A pass over for Madison Birch. Up top, Pierpont, pass over. Colombo looking for room to work, puts her shoulder down. Cece Colombo turns the corner, shot. That one's going to go out of play, and possession stays with UT, and Gia Colombo will be the one to put it back into play. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here, 42 seconds, as it's Cece Colombo, and she had 3 goals in the first half. Looking for some room now, Julia Kolderman. Back up top now, working the other side is Olivia Mott. Pass right in front, scores!
It's a great play brought on by Tampa's great spacing and great movement. They've been able to work really well in the attacking third to open up those opportunities.
And you see the replay there.
It's just a great pass inside off the play, and there's nothing you can do as a goalie to stop it from point blank like that.
And the goal scored by Sarah Hinkle. So Hinkle now with 4 goals on the afternoon, as UT has opened up a 7-goal lead, 1 minute and 11 seconds into this third quarter. And waiting for the 2 participants for the draw, which it looks like for UT will be Lizzie Pierpont. And for the University of Alabama, Huntsville, can't make out the number, but they are getting set. It looks like it might be Brianna Hamblin. And the official getting things set there. And now he's satisfied, steps away, and the ball is out. And possession to UT. And I can confirm that was Brianna Hamblin for the Chargers, as the Spartans come back in the person of Lizzie Pierpont. Passes down into the corner. Down there is Olivia Mott. And working in behind the Chargers net, they send it to the far side. And pass it back down low. They're going to go back down behind the Chargers net, and they do. That's Gia Colombo. Defense collapses on her. Her pass outside, and they move it up top. And knocked down by the Chargers, and they're able to force a turnover. A nice heads-up play defensively for the visitors by Cameron Cruz, although she's under pressure now. And Cruz sends over to Darby Smith. And that could be a shot in the arm for the Chargers, forcing that turnover.
A turnover in any sport is always good, and it will give Huntsville a chance to try to come right back. The Chargers had 2 late first-half goals, and we were wondering how Tampa would respond. But they were able to get a goal right away. So as the Chargers ultimately lose possession here, that blows an opportunity to try to keep the deficit level, and Tampa can get back to work.
Alex Walling, the goaltender, the outlet for UT, and Cece Colombo pushes it ahead to Hollison Wagner. Across the Chargers line, Wagner hangs on, tries to split the defenders, gives up a pass instead to Kolderman, and now they push it in behind the net and to the far side of the field. Pass over as UT gets set up here offensively. Aaron McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin, who has 1 goal this afternoon. Now it's in behind the net. Gia Colombo looking for an open teammate, sends it over to the far side. And up top now, here's McLaughlin. Aaron McLaughlin bounces off of 2 defenders, and the official right there to blow the play dead. 37 seconds left on the shot clock. 12-5, UT in the lead. In the first game of the season for the Spartans, there's a shot, and it's going to go out of play. This is not the first game of the season for the Chargers. They did play over in St. Leo and came out on the wrong end of a 20-10 score. That was 2 days ago. And now here they are over in Tampa and on the wrong end of a 12-5 score. As there's a pass and a bounce pass slowed it down, although they get it out in front. It's shot, scores! Sarah Hinkle, what a goal. After some passing that slowed things down, you thought the defense would collapse in time, but not the case.
Yeah, you could just look right here. It's kicked out to the left of the goal and then passed right inside. A great job by Hinkle to win possession amongst 3 Charger defenders. And then from there, it's just an easy shot to the top corner to put Tampa up 13-5. So the Spartans are able to fire immediately with 2 second-half goals to start the third quarter. It's Hinkle's 5th. So a great game so far for Hinkle. Close to getting a double hat trick.
And Sarah Hinkle is actually going to come out here for this draw. So what was a 6-goal Tampa lead at halftime, 11-5, has now ballooned to an 8-goal lead, and we are only 3:53 into the third quarter. And possession here to the Chargers. Starting it across midfield is Allison Summerfield on the far side, and trying to break that up was Danny Waters, not successful as the Chargers are able to keep possession, although that one bounces off a stick and goes out of play. An unfortunate turn of events there for University of Alabama Huntsville.
And so far for Huntsville, their attack just hasn't been able to keep up with the Spartans. And it's one of the reasons for this scoreline. They say offense wins games, defense wins championships, and for errors like that, with the good pressure from the Spartans' defense, it allows them to get chances like this. Unfortunately, it's squandered as it'll go out of play, and Huntsville, the Chargers, will be able to get it right back.
Yeah, the Chargers catch a break there because basically the same thing just happened to UT that happened to the Chargers at the other end of the field, although some difficulties there controlling the ball, although possession does remain with the Chargers. And so putting in play for them will be Cameron Cruz. And she leaves it back as they try to gain midfield. That's Riley Kirby. Kirby racing up the near sideline and being pressured there heavily by Aaron McLaughlin. And a pass goes into the corner. Riley Casserly. Her pass connected, and then unfortunately Katie Williams just couldn't find the handle, and it trickles out of bounds. And so just like that, it's turned over.
And that is another unlucky break for the Chargers. They had it in the attacking third, a chance to try to get something going, but unfortunately, not it for them, not able to. Spartans will be able to get it back, and now working it up the midfield.
Danny Waters, pass over as the Spartans try to cross the Charger line, and they do. And here's a pass for Emma McLaughlin. Now quickly Colderman pushes it down in behind the net to Mott, and Olivia Mott takes it in behind the Charger net. Spartans work the perimeter here. And a little flip pass for Emma McLaughlin. Tries to split the defense, does, and scores! Emma McLaughlin with her second goal of the game. And the Spartans, they're coming fast and furious now.
And that is just a great play there for the Spartans to be able to work it inside and get the goal. Truly great stuff there from McLaughlin. She was able to weave past a few defenders and ultimately be able to put it in the back of the net. The Spartans' lead now jumps up to 9, and any Charger momentum that had been generated at the end of the first half probably isn't there anymore, because before those 2 goals, it was an 8-point game, and now it's 9.
Yeah, and a combination of some of these drop passes, some of these balls that they let trickle out of bounds, and then the Tampa goals at the other end of the field, it all really adds up to some frustration that's really tough to overcome mentally if you're going to try to, in some way, dig your way out of this 9-goal hole that the Chargers find themselves in.
And losing faceoffs like that won't help either, as Tampa now will get a chance back past the line into the attacking third again.
And there's a pass in the middle, nothing available for Madison Birch, so she passes it over to Pierpont. And in behind the net, nice control there of the pass, received by Olivia Mott. Mott looking out in front, sends it over to her left. Up top with it is Gia Colombo. Looking to turn the corner, Madison Birch has to flip it outside. And now Sarah Hinkle on the move. Hinkle looking for an open teammate, switches back to her left. Over to Colderman, and now in the corner, Gia Colombo. It's in behind the Charger net. That's Olivia Mott working back there. Gia Colombo with it. Up top for Colderman. Pass right in the middle, and a backhanded bounce shot by Lizzie Pierpont. Not a high percentage scoring chance, but the Spartans do retain possession. 30 seconds on the shot clock. And that's Cece Colombo with it. Cece Colombo looks to her left. Pierpont sends it down into the corner. Picked up by Madison Birch, and now she gets it right back. Birch, a pass up top for Colderman. Pass right in the middle, and Pierpont, 5 seconds on the shot clock. The Spartans need to get a shot off right away. They'll just leave that one behind, and the Chargers will take over. Unfortunate, Taylor, for the Spartans to not get a shot on that possession and watch the shot clock expire. They had a lot of good momentum down in that end of the field.
It is always disappointing to have a possession like that be squandered, but as well, it is able to take some time off the clock, limiting room for the Chargers to come back. And you can tell how strong Tampa is on offense, being able to control the possession to get the shot clock down to 0 without any major mistakes. But it isn't able to convert into a goal this time. Huntsville has a chance to try to strike back here.
Haley Gallant, a pass over to Kara Brown. Brown, nothing available, sends a pass into the corner. Now it's in behind the UT net. And a pass on the near side to Hamblin. Brianna Hamblin looking over the defense of the Spartans, and nothing available, so she sends it back in behind the UT net for Katie Williams. Williams pops out the other side. Her pass, and this is Springer. Isadora Springer being bumped. She has to give up a pass for a teammate that breaks in, takes a shot, and a nice save made there by Alex Walling. And UT will start back the other way.
A great job to be able to react in time to get the save, and it allows Tampa to get up the field back into the attacking third. Potential chance here.
Here come the Spartans as O'Neill Gallinson takes it in behind the net, and a pass into the corner. And now Gia Colombo sends it right back down low. And in behind the Chargers net, working back there is Abby Hope. And now a pass sent over by Madison Birch. Pass right back in the middle, and a shot that goes wide and out of play. And the official right there to award possession to the Chargers. And the Chargers will reset with their goaltender, Dozer, as she passes it over to the far side of the field. And pressure being applied by UT here, not letting the Chargers have anything, as Springer runs it up across midfield.
It's been one of the key differences I've noticed as well. Tampa pulling out all the stops with the pressure in the defensive third for Huntsville. Very similar to a gegenpress that you'd normally see in football and soccer. Not necessarily here for lacrosse, and they've been able to disrupt Huntsville's attacks and force the Chargers to really work to get it up into that attacking third. However, the Chargers will have it up here now.
Isadora Springer will put it into play on the official's whistle. And now she does. And it's here on the near side with Haley Gallant. Into the corner, it's Riley Casterly. Right in behind the UT net, it's Kara Brown, and a ground ball. And two of them battle for it, and it pops free. Casterly in control. Her pass over misses. And scooped up there by the Chargers, Katie Gerber. Pass up top, and right in front, it takes a fortuitous bounce, as it seemed like it was going past two different Chargers players. And ultimately, it's turned over. And so the Spartans, with 4:18 to go here in the third quarter, and a 9-goal lead, will start this one out from deep in their own end.
You could tell Huntsville not very pressuring of the Spartans here in the middle and attacking third. They're trying to keep a more organized defense to stay ready for when the Spartans do get it all the way up.
And so the Spartans send it down in behind the Chargers net. And I believe that we've had a call. And it looks like Riley Casterly in the penalty area over on the far side of the field as the Spartans score. Indeed, there was calls against both teams. It was Casterly for the visitors and Cece Colombo for UT, but the Spartans able to get a goal to extend their lead to 10.
And a great play as we look at the replay. Sidesteps to the left and right and is able to get the open shot. So overall, a great play there. Gia Colombo being able to capitalize right there. Colombo will be able to get her second of the day.
And Gia Colombo also has 2 assists, so a 4-point game for her thus far.
And always great to whenever you're able to get goals and assists and rack up those points, helping with distribution and helping with finishing. That type of player is useful for any team.
And, of course, by rule, with a 10-goal lead, we now have a running clock. So we're at 2:45 left here in the third quarter. And the draw here following the Gia Colombo goal. As UT scored 5 in the first, 6 in the second, and now have 4 in the third. You see possession awarded here to the Chargers. And this is Allison Summerfield taking it down into the corner. Summerfield leaves it there for Katie Gerber. Gerber looking for an open teammate, now finally sends it all the way up top. And a pass in the middle, shot taken, and Walling with a nice stop there. And Alex Walling has not been tested to the extent that Shayna Dozer has for the Chargers, but Alex Walling, a strong game in goal for the Spartans this afternoon.
And that could be one of the hardest times to be a goalie, when you don't have a lot of work, because sometimes you'll get surprised when you do see that shot coming in on goal. But great ability to stay focused, stay calm, and make a brilliant save there to keep a 10-goal lead. The Spartans now a chance again.
A free position attempt for Gracie Colombo. And Gracie sees her shot stopped by Shayna Dozer, and by comparison, Alex Walling. The Chargers have just 9 shots on goal the entire game. The Spartans have 21, so more than double. So Taylor, to your point, you can safely say that Dozer has had twice as much action at her end of the field as Alex Walling has had.
And notably as well, to take a look for Walling and Dozier, despite the near 10-goal, 15, trying to double check. Yeah, despite the massive shot differential, both actually are very comparable in the save category, with Dozier with 6 so far and Waller with 4. Tampa working it around.
Gracie Colombo loses it there. And 4 of them battle for it. And down to the field, one of the Spartans players looking to be in some distress, as slow in getting up. I believe that is Gracie Colombo, and she's going to go off the field. And a replacement will be needed, as Gracie Colombo was slow in getting up after that play. And so just 12 seconds left. And the ball's in play. Pushed into the corner now in front. Pass misses. Received on the other side. Scores! And it looked like it may have been Christina Romano. I thought I saw number 40. And they're going to let the clock wind down and the quarter expire.
It was Christina Romano making a great goal there to end the third quarter. It was a little bit from distance, but still able to get on target. And we were mentioning as well how good Spartans' offense has been. Their defense, I think, has also been underrated, because so far the Spartans were able to only concede 2 goals, 3 goals, and in the third quarter, not a single goal was allowed. It's a 16-5 lead for the Spartans, with the fourth quarter coming up next.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us.
And for college sports.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
We are back live at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where the Spartans, opening up their 2022 season, have a big 16-5 lead over the University of Alabama Huntsville Chargers. I'm Bruce Wozniak along with Taylor Stolworthy, and for the fans that are here in the stadium, those that are rooting for the home team, it has been a most enjoyable afternoon other than just a little bit of rain that set in late in the first half. A 69-degree temperature has dropped now to 67, but an otherwise nice day for lacrosse as we get set for the final quarter of play.
The rain is cleared up as well, so it's always nice to not have to worry about rain on the field. In the fourth quarter here, as the Spartans will look to close out a win in their opener, leading by 11.
CC Colombo will take this draw for UT. Draw controls are 10-5 in favor of the Spartans to this point in the game. And keep in mind that we are under a running clock by rule since it is a 10 or more goal margin. UT up 16-5. And now the fourth quarter is underway, as that was Brianna Hamblin for the Chargers who was out there for the draw, as UT works it down and taking it in behind the Chargers net. And we'll start to see a few more players see the field here in the wake of this big 11 goal lead.
It's always good. It's always great to have a lead like this in the fourth quarter in a game, especially early in the season, because it allows you a little bit of flexibility as Tampa is able to get there first of the fourth.
And that was Lizzie Pierpont finding the back of the net as the Spartans continue to pour it on offensively for Pierpont. She gets in the goal column for the first time today.
Yep, and that was a great goal there by Pierpont, but exactly, we're able to see players that don't always come in now with a 12-goal lead to get a little bit of action to see how they fit into the system and how they do. Because if you're already always using the main starters, you might have a wonder kid on the bench that you just might not know about. So it's these types of periods where there's not a lot of leverage, not a lot of stress, that you can rotate and give some of the players who aren't always active in the lineup a chance to shine.
Although ironically enough, the assist was from Abby Hope, so two seniors that combined to score that goal. The Spartans have 7 seniors on this year's roster. A couple of the many returnees from last year's team that had a 7-3 one-loss record. As you see play resuming here, and the Spartans able to control this draw as well. And here comes Lizzie Pierpont and runs it down in behind the Chargers net. Pass there for Colderman. Out front, bounce shot, scores! That is Abby Hope. She gets the assist, and now this time she scores the goal.
And that's a great play there from Hope. You can see them working it around from back in the net. The pass inside, the turn and bounce shot is able to get by the defender and goalie, and the Spartans get their 18th of the game.
And the assist goes to Julia Colderman. And for Colderman, she now has 2 assists in this game as the Spartans getting offensive contributions up and down the lineup, as we will once again see Hamblin And Cece Colombo out here for this draw.
Whenever the offense is working out, it's always good to share the love, and you got a lot of other players' activity to get them assists and goals, and that has definitely been the case for the Spartans.
Cece Colombo did all the work on that one herself, controlling the draw. As you see play carry on here, as UT keeping their foot on the accelerator, as Colderman has it in behind the Chargers net. Pass over for Gracie Colombo, who's obviously okay, back out on the field after having taken herself out a little bit ago, and she was slow in getting up off the field, and a whistle stops play. A violation here against the Chargers.
And that little Colombo incident earlier, I think she just might have been hit by a stick and down for a few seconds. And it can always sometimes be hard to forget that sometimes those types of incidents will hurt, but now a free position for Tampa.
Cece Colombo pass in the middle, and going down was Madison Birch. She bounces back up as play carries on behind the net, although the official back there blows the whistle. And a call against the Chargers as UT puts it back in. And there's a shot that goes wide and out of play. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, although that pass intended for Cece Colombo misses. There to run it down, though, is Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin manages to keep it in and finally finds the handle. Gets it to Cece Colombo. Colombo with a nice bounce move there. And a pass inside, shot taken, and a save made by Dozer. And now it's picked up by Colderman and set up top. Cece Colombo to Pierpont. Pass there connects, working in front, and the shot by Madison Birch goes wide, but picked up and kept alive there by Olivia Mott. Cece Colombo looking for an open teammate. And wanting to shoot, but not doing so is Madison Birch. And they send a pass that Colderman is able to chase down. And now a ground ball and batted at by a few different players. And it's going to be turned over. So a little break there for the Chargers as we're on a running clock here. So 9:35 to go in the fourth quarter.
A little bit earlier on that play, there was a good save from Dozier. And that's always the hardest thing to do, especially in a game that's not very close like this, to keep your composure, especially in back of the net, having conceded 18. A lot of those goals that definitely aren't your fault. You can't be expected to make every single save. So good job for Dozier to keep composed and make a good save there to prevent the game from getting any further apart, as the Chargers now have a chance to try to find what could be a consolation goal, what could be just a good goal to just build a little morale and momentum.
And now you see the ball going back over to the Spartans, as bringing it up is Madison Birch. Pass up ahead for Olivia Mott. Scores!
Tampa exploding off the break to get a one-on-one chance. And now they will take a 19-5 lead. We see it right here. The teammates able to go together and celebrate after that goal, but they were able to bring it up quickly, and the defense just wasn't set in time for the Chargers, and it allowed a very good opportunity there. It's the third goal for the Spartans this quarter.
That's the first goal for Olivia Mott of this game and obviously this season. So, as I mentioned, UT getting offensive contributions all throughout the lineup. And we're down now to exactly 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And now taking the draw will be Allison Summerfield for the Chargers. And it will not be Cece Colombo this time for UT. Instead, it's Riley McGettigan. And possession to the Spartans. Gia Colombo, her pass over. Spartans move it quickly down into the corner. And in behind the net with it is Bryn Nestor. Gia Colombo returns it to Nestor. And it's worked over to the other side and moved up top now for Christina Romano. Romano over for Erin McLaughlin. On the run, Gia Colombo has it knocked loose. And the Chargers, they rake and picked up by the Spartans. Paige Short controls, sends a pass into the corner, and Bryn Nestor picks that one up. Nestor heads behind the Chargers net, is bumped there, and a whistle against the Chargers. And Nestor puts it back into play. Nestor looking for some room. Nice pass and shot taken. That one bounces wide and out of play off the stick of Gracie Colombo. Still UT ball, however, and they put it right back in. And a pass in front. Shot coming. Scores! Olivia Mott with the goal, and it's 20-5.
We were just mentioning Mott was able to get her first not too long ago, and now we'll be able to get her second. Tampa's able to break now 20 goals. That's a great milestone to get in a debut, as we're now under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Mott getting her second of the season. So, it'll be Tampa back in the circle. McGettigan will be in the circle here for the Spartans. Now with 5:35, the referee preparing.
And for head coach Kelly Gallagher, she's got to be thrilled seeing the performance that her team has shown on the field this afternoon to start this 2022 season. As you see the Spartans in possession again, as McGettigan pushes it ahead, and the Spartans go back to work offensively once again. And there's a pass that misses, and it's going to be turned over as Gia Colombo just couldn't find the handle. And so the Chargers start out from behind their own net. Allison Summerfield plays it to her goaltender. And now Sarah Pagotto on the move. Pagotto runs up the near side. Is checked there by Gia Colombo. And Pagotto will put it back in play.
And even with a 15-goal lead, Tampa's press continues to be relentless, putting pressure on the Chargers in their own third, giving a little bit more space than they did in a few of the previous quarters, but still not making life easy for them.
Yeah, you saw a good play right there by Bryn Nestor. Almost caused a turnover, although the Chargers, for the time being, still in possession, although they're having trouble getting it across midfield. And finally, crossing midfield is Darby Smith, and across the Tampa line, chased there by Gia Colombo. And the Chargers carry on here. Springer sends a pass into the corner. Casserly pushes it behind the net. Now she gets it right back. Riley Casserly pops out the other side, and that's ascended back behind the net. And the Chargers trying to get a shot away, and still nothing doing. Good defense there by the Spartans to force a turnover. And credit there to Alyssa Romano as the Spartans head back the other way.
And that was a great play to force a turnover and win possession back for the Spartans. Now they'll have another chance right here.
In front, Nestor scores! Bryn Nestor, and it's 21-5.
And Nestor, of course, the attacking freshman from Salisbury, had just previously come from James Bennett High School. And that will be a great moment for her. And for Nestor, that is Nestor's first goal for the Spartans and of the game.
And Gracie Colombo with the assist. And UT piling it on with 2.5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
And once again, ready to go to resume play here, as we now do reach that 2-minute mark. Running clock, of course, because of the large lead for the Spartans.
And the ball is out and controlled by the Chargers. Haley Gallant. And that misses up ahead and turned over. Back comes UT the other way. And in possession is Emma McLaughlin. Takes it into the near corner. Now her pass to Carly Wilhoit. Cece Colombo a pass over. And looking for an open teammate, Cassidy Burdett. In behind the Charger net, a backhand shot, scores! Julia Colderman, and the Spartans just not letting up.
And a great goal there for Colderman, being able to work it through the defense. And unfortunately, for the Chargers, I don't think they were completely ready for that shot. And no replay there, unfortunately, but I would have loved to see that goal again, as that was a great play just to sneak it inside, almost as a position you don't expect a type of shot to be.
And the clock now inside of 1 minute, as the Spartans have just poured it on here this afternoon.
It's the 6th goal for the Spartans in the 4th quarter. If the Spartans somehow find it one more time, it'll be the most goals they've scored in the game. And they had entered this period with over a 10-goal lead. So you can definitely tell the mentality of never back down, never let up. And if that mentality persists for the Spartans, it could mean some great things for their season up ahead.
Yeah, the line score, the Spartans, 5 goals in the first, 6 in the second, 5 in the third, 6 here in the fourth. And Alabama Huntsville, all of their goals came in the first half, 2 in the first and 3 in the second. And Alex Walling has kept them off the board here in the second half. And as the horn goes to end the game, and Alex Walling will indeed pitch a shutout for the second half, and limiting Alabama Huntsville, as I mentioned, to just the 5 goals in the first half. And so UT opens the season in grand fashion, a 22-5 victory.
Yeah, you could say it was nearly a perfect day for the Spartans. The offense being able to get a lot of action in every single quarter, getting at least 5 goals in each of the 4. And then the defense in the second half was absolutely lights out. The Chargers not able to find any semblance of offense for them, as they come up with 2 goose eggs in the 3rd and 4th quarter. But earlier they were able to get some good offense, including 2 goals at the end of the first half. But for now, they're hoping to go on for a better game next time. And for the Spartans, they're hoping this momentum can continue throughout the season.
The Spartans outshot the Chargers 29-9. And so that means 7 saves for Dozer, 4 saves for Walling. And UT in draw controls led 13-6. And the big goal scorers for UT this afternoon, Sarah Hinkle led the way with 5 goals. And then Cece Colombo had 3. And the Spartans getting 2 each from 4 different players, as contributions all up and down the lineup for Kelly Gallagher's team in a very impressive opening day for the 2022 season. So I am Bruce Wozniak, joined by Taylor Stolworthy. My thanks to Andre Pyatt. Our final score this afternoon, the Spartans 22 and Alabama Huntsville Chargers 5.